Hi, I'm Sam from Hallucinate Design, and in this video I'm going to show you how to quickly set up a CMS pop-up modal in Webflow using the Webflow CMS and Finsweet's accessible components. Let's check it out. We are in Webflow, and as you can see, I have a very simple team section which is made up of these cards which are connected to a Teams CMS, and that's where all of the elements are drawing their content from. And what we're trying to achieve here is we're trying to make it so that if you click on any one of these cards, that it displays a modal, and in that modal we want to see the individual CMS items. Now, to be able to do that, we first need to jump over to this page here, and I will leave a link in the description so you can get here yourself. And you just want to make sure that the accessible components by Finsweet are installed before you try this. And I've already got it installed, so I can jump back over to the designer. Now, what you'll find is that you're now able to search for individual components. So for this example, we're going to be using a modal, so I'm just going to select this one here. Now, before we go any further, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping with this modal, because out of the box, it won't achieve the functionality that we want it to achieve. So if we look at this embed element here, if we leave that in, what you'll find is that when you go to click on any one of these cards, it will always link back to a single item within the CMS. Now, obviously, we want to be able to open up each individual item. So what we can do is we can actually just go ahead and delete that embed element. And we can also get rid of that message as well. Now, all that's left and all that we need is this button wrapper. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the container which is holding all of our different CMS elements within the card. And we're just going to drag that into the modal button. And, oh, no, that didn't go in. There we go. Now, immediately you're going to see that it's inherited all of the styling from the button. So we're going to quickly change that. Change that back to white. And text back to black. There we go. And we can go ahead and get rid of that text there. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to give this a more appropriate name. So we'll call it modal show, something like that. You can call it whatever you want. And there we have it. So what you'll see now is if you go into preview mode, you can actually click on any one of these cards and it's going to trigger the modal to open because it's sitting in that button wrapper, which was acting as the trigger, which is great. But obviously, this is just the default styling that comes with the component. And what we want to see is we want to see our dynamic content start to populate these different elements. So if we come back out of preview, what we can do is we can go to our pop-up and we can show it. And now we can start to populate the elements with our CMS fields. So in here I have an image, so we can pop that in there. We've got, let's change that. We can change that to a name. And I think I used a rich text element for the bio, so let's pop that in. Fantastic. All right, let's get rid of the button. Now, obviously, that is a very, very simple design, and you can go crazy with however you want to design this. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep it incredibly simple, so we can just leave it like that. Now, if I go back and select the pop-up container, and we just hide that again. What you'll find now is if we go into preview mode, you can actually click on any one of these cards and voila, it shows the individual CMS items within the modal, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. In the past, I've struggled to find an easy way to implement CMS modals into Webflow, so I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing. I've got a few more ideas on how we can take this modal even further, but I just need to experiment with it a little bit more. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.